Hello, your favourite internet celebutant here, Peter Adams. Today giving a review of the Cannon IXUS digital camera. This is the box that it comes in, and it's a pretty damn tiny box, which gives a good indicator of the product in hand. But enough about the packaging, let us look at the camera. Now, upon looking at this on your internet, you can't quite get across how in fact tiny this camera is. So let us compare it in size to an original Game Boy. It is about half as tall, half as wide. So you can just see how huge it is. The final and best comparison is to a mini DV tape, and it's the same height and the same depth, thereabouts, just a little bit taller at the ends. And if you've seen a DV tape, you can just get an idea of how tiny this camera really is. Yes, we know it's small. What does it do? Well, it takes pictures. Amazing for a little digital stills camera. It has a 7.1 million megapixel CCD, whatever that is. It's an image processor, whatever. 2.8 f-stop, very good. 3 times optical, no digital zooming here. Has a viewfinder, very interestingly. At the top there's a power button, a shutter, and the zoom controls surrounding the shutter. I think that's a very good idea for space saving. Let's turn it on. Takes pictures, 7.1 megapixels. Like I said, you can set lots of different controls, like you can have flash or not flash, change the ISO, self timer, macro, and long picture taking. Lots of lovely presets. You can set everything to manual. You can do digital macro, portrait, night shots, color accent, color swap, and kids and pets, whatever that is. Not only does this take digital imagery, it also does moving digital imagery. You can have one standard, which you can set the white balance, very important, change the colours, change the shutter speed, and change the resolution. There are 3 resolutions in all: 640 by 480, 320 by 240, and 160 by 120. Shutter speeds, there's 30 frames and 15 frames. But one of the presets is fast frame rate, which shoots 320 by 240 video at 60 frames per second. Very good for sports events. At the bottom, if we open it up, we find one rechargeable battery. Very good if you don't want to spend lots of money on AA's. Not so good if you run out of charge on the top of Ben Nevis. Takes standard SD cards as well as the SDHC format. This is a 4 gig Kingston. And just on the subject of memory cards, I want to talk about the memory card which came with this camera. I might have to set this to manual focus. Excuse me whilst I set it to manual focus. This is a 32 megabyte SD card. And that's just really no good nowadays. Taking pictures at the highest resolution, you'll be looking to fit about 50 on here. Which sounds a lot, but most of the time people don't empty out their SD cards. So you want to have lots and lots of room. My recommendation is don't bother with that. Go straight to spending the money on a 4 gig SD card for this absolutely smashing little camera. Can't recommend it enough, and thank you for watching.